Glamfam, welcome to today's video. I just wanted to do a fun get ready with me Sephora haul, everything I picked up during the sale. We're gonna create this gorgeous eyeshadow look and try on some of these products that I talked about in my Sephora recommendations video and just have some fun. So if you're new here, I'm Kristi. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get glowing.
Let's go, girls.
Alright, Glamfam, let's jump right into it. I don't want to take up too much of your time, and we're going to do kind of a fun get ready with me video. So I already applied some of the base products, and I'm going to do more of a voiceover style on that, but we will jump into this eyeshadow look and just kind of have some fun with that. So this is the new Tarte Golden Era Amazonian Clay Collector's Set, and this retails for $55 US, but you get 3 palettes, you guys, and when you get it on sale, even not on sale, this averages about $18.33 per palette. That's not bad. I mean, it's not the best quality, I'm not gonna lie to you guys up front, but this is a great holiday gift for young girls, or even for my girls out there that don't like to spend a lot of money on eyeshadow but want some fun eyeshadows for the holiday season. And I thought we'd create this beautiful fall makeup look and give you guys some ideas for Thanksgiving dinner. So this is available at Sephora and Ulta, and I actually ended up picking mine up at Ulta because I had some points there, some dollar off points, plus they were running a 10 off 40, and they've been doing a 15% off even prestige items as well. So keep your eye out on that just in case you're a Sephora insider and you only get 10% off and you want a little bit more of a discount. I will try to find you guys the best bargains, you know that. So I will have the Ulta link right there where you can just click it and buy it there, or you can just pick this up during the Sephora sale if you are Rouge or VIB and you get a better discount. So these 3 palettes really impressed me. I walked around Ulta when these first popped in the store, like about a month ago, I want to say, and I just kept wanting to buy it, but I was like, I'm gonna wait for a sale, because when I swatched them, they were so creamy and beautiful, and I was really impressed. But the packaging is so incredibly beautiful. Each one of these, I mean, gosh, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's like a jewelry accessory. I wish this was like a handbag. It'd be so cute. So you get 3 different color stories. You get like this fall, gorgeous, warm color story that we are going to create the look with today, because I wanted to do something very fall inspired and something you can utilize during Thanksgiving holiday, or even just any kind of party you go to, Friendsgiving, all that good stuff. So I thought that would be fun to create. So we will be doing that later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. And then they also have this really beautiful neutral, I want to say it's more neutral than cool, but it do have some cool and warm undertones in this palette as well. And I love that blue. It's so, so beautiful. So I will show you guys the swatches in just a second. And then we have the pink one. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. If you like pinks and purples, you're really gonna like that. Plus you have that gorgeous like satin taupe shade in there. And the pinks are a little bit more blue undertone, which I do appreciate. You do have one red undertone pink in there that you can even use as a blush as well. So let's touch on that one first. This is not going to be my go-to palette, just because you guys know I'm not really into pinks on my eye, but I don't know, lately I've been kind of diving into it a little bit more, as long as they're not red undertone pinks, because they can make you look they make me look a little sickly. So anyway, let's touch on those metallics first. You have that lighter shade metallic, so pretty. You have that fuchsia type pinky purple metallic, and then you also have this mauve metallic, and then you also have, again, that taupe shimmer. Gorgeous. And then you have really beautiful creamy mattes. The dark shades are not swatching very good, and you guys will kind of get my feedback on the warm palette on the dark ones, and I'm finding that even just feeling the texture a little bit more dry. So I would say that's one thing they need to work on, but the lighter ones are so creamy and beautiful mattes. But really pretty color story. I'll show you all of the swatches right there. And that is the Elegance palette. And then the next one we have is Bejeweled. And I love the embossing on that is really beautiful, you guys. And you get these gorgeous gemstone type colors, just really, really beautiful. So let's start off with the metallics first. We have the lightest metallic, really beautiful light color. And then we have this gold taupe. Oh, I'm obsessed with that color. It is so pretty. And then you have this like pop of warmth in there with that orange copper metallic. Really pretty. And then you have that beautiful blue satin. It's kind of a satin metallic, I would say, but really pretty. A lot of depth in that where you can create some great eyeliner looks with that. So I will dive into this one in another video, but really pretty. And then you have 4 mattes in there, standard colors. I wish there was a black in here, but that's okay. We do have the lightest matte, and then you have like a chocolate brown taupey matte. And you have a nice warm, kind of slightly warm, neutral transition shades that you can choose from with that 3rd matte. And then you also have that beautiful chocolate brown. Gorgeous. I absolutely love that. And that is actually pulling a little bit more warm in there. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's a cool tone palette, but really beautiful. I'll show you all of the swatches right there. And then the 3rd and final one is called Gilded, and this is the one we are going to create a look with today, and this is the warm palette. This is giving me Thanksgiving vibes all the way. So let's touch on this metallics. We have like a light, I would say like an opal goldish, pinkish color, really pretty. And then you have 2 golds. You have a really light gold and then more of an antique gold. Gorgeous swatches, performed beautifully. And then you have this beautiful copper, bronzy type, I would say more copper metallic. It's actually not a metallic, that is definitely more of a sheen, and it performed really nicely. And then you have 4 mattes, so you have like a transition shade, and then you have that darker shade for the depth, like a really pretty brown. You have that light vanilla shade that I always love in every palette. And the last matte is like a crimson burnt red, oh, like a reddish brown, really pretty. It looked so beautiful on the eyes. So we'll take a look at the swatches of the warm one right there. But all 3 of these are beautiful color stories. And I love the fact that you can really just give this as a gift. And the thing about makeup is it's really hard to like gift foundations unless you know their foundation shades. It's mainly like gift cards you're giving, but if you have a teen in your life or anyone in their 20s and 30s and you just want to get them a really nice gift, I think this is a perfect holiday gift, whether you celebrate Christmas or whatever you celebrate. But this is a perfect, even stocking stuffer. You can even individually wrap these, and that would be really cute as a stocking stuffer as well. But again, like even at full price, $18 per palette is not bad. And then when you get the sale prices, it's even less than that. So I really do appreciate that. So we are going to create a pretty fall makeup look. So timestamps will be on the bottom, but I'd love for you to just join me through this whole video. So I didn't pick up very much in the sale because I didn't want the stress of my bills. I can't right now. It's just financially a little tight. So it's like, I feel like I don't give a good video because some of these people or some influencers will, you know, spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars in the Sephora sale to show you this fabulous haul. And I just can't keep up with the Joneses, as my mom would say. I can't be doing a champagne. I have champagne taste on a beer income right now, and I can't push that any further than that. So I just picked up my necessities, what I needed. I needed a perfume for every day because I don't like to use my Baccarat perfume for every day. It's too expensive. I want to just save that for special occasions. And I love my Chanel Chance. I've been wearing it for over 20 years. It's just my go-to perfume, and I had 0. So I did pick up a bottle of that, and that was like my biggest splurge out of everything. And I have not received any of my Sephora stuff, so I'm just going to show it to you guys because it will probably come in the next few days, but I had to film today, so I will show you unpackaging and stuff like that, and some of the stuff that I will have to try on, like just one item actually that I bought that was new that I will do in a different video. But I did pick up another one size powder because I was literally out, and you guys will see that as I apply it. I mean, I'm literally was on the edges. So I did pick up my 2R, and somebody asked me recently in the comments when I did the Hourglass short what I set my under eyes with, and it was somebody that was new to my videos because you guys all know that this is the only thing I set my under eyes with. This and my Chantecaille powder. You guys know that I use both of them. And I use this one as like the highlight, like just to kind of like to airbrush everything. And I use this one to set because it's just incredible. I did pick up the Allure liquid blush. I had to choose between that one and the YSL one. You guys know I wanted both, but I can't afford both. And I was like, you know what? I know the Allure formula just because I had already swatched it in store and it's a lot less. So I thought, you know what, let's just go with that one. So I picked up Zen and I picked up another shade. I'm not gonna keep both. I just wanna see which one I like more when I get them in the mail. So I will show you guys, because by the time I release this video, I'll have the swatches and stuff like that. Plus I did swatch all of them in store for you guys. So I will show you on the side right there what all of the shades look like. But those were the two lightest ones were the ones that intrigued me the most. So I just needed to know if, I didn't know if Zen was gonna pop that much on me, so I got the next shade up just in case. So only keeping one of them, and I will let you guys know right there which one I ended up keeping, because I know right away, and I will be doing a short on that, and I will also be applying it in an upcoming video. So stay tuned for that. But that was actually the only thing that I don't already have that I picked up. And then I picked up another Oribe Super Shine Moisturizing Cream. I love this cream more than anything, you guys. I cannot believe, I'm like, why did I not talk about this before on my channel? Because I've been using this for a long time, but I was just using it like on these like broken flyaway pieces. But actually I don't mind just rubbing, because it's so lightweight, and they do have a light version of this as well if you have really thin hair. I have a lot of hair, so I need all the moisture I can get, but you can just apply it all over your hair. You can do the lighter one if you need that. I love the smell. I love the quality. It's just impeccable. I love Oribe products. So I picked up another because I was getting low on that, and I won't make it to the spring sale. All right, you guys, let's go over how I created my base and talk about some of these products that I brought up in my Sephora recommendations video. So I started off with my Dermatology water cream, but I applied that earlier in the morning with my other Calasim skincare products. If you're new to my channel and you're new to this video, I do have mature skin. I am going to be 47 in March. I have sensitive acne prone skin, so I tend to look for products that are made for sensitive skin. After my Dermatology water cream, I went in with the Tatcha water cream. So I am using this one because my skin is a little sensitive right now, and I had a breakout after 2 years of no breaking out. I had one breakout recently, and I'm just like bummed because it won't go away. So I want something lightweight, which is why I went with the water cream. If you do tend to break out, I probably would refrain from these type of moisturizers, although they're so amazing and they make your makeup glide on so beautifully. It have a fragrance in it, which can aggravate your skin. So just be mindful of that. But this is such a beautiful moisturizer, you guys. I can tell when I use this because my skin just looks so good. Like my foundation's over it just looks so good. And then I ended up going in with a little bit of my Dermatology #1 primer because I have to use that to really smooth out my pores and just kind of create a nice base. And then I went in with the Armani Luminous Silk in shade 5.75. This is actually my perfect shade, you guys. When I was swatching these for you, when I did the Sephora recommendations video, I was like, actually 5.75 is probably my best shade. And I really, really like that. I'm not quite light enough yet for my shade 4. So this is a really good in between. And 6 is too olive for me. I don't know why I thought that was a good shade for me, but I really like 5.75. I think because I am mixed ethnicity with like Asian, Hispanic, white, everything in me, that my skin is just all different kinds of undertones, that it's just like, I think peach ends up being one of the best undertones for me. I don't know why, but anyway. And I take my fingers and really melt it into the back of my hand, and then I start applying it just to kind of give that more natural finish. And if you go directly in with the brush, first of all, you're gonna ruin your brushes. So what I like to do is just use my fingers and just apply that and really kind of work it into my skin, and then I'll go in with a brush, a sponge, but this time I actually went in with my Stands Out Beauty sponge. I don't know if you guys remember this iconic sponge from the past. Oh my gosh, I think I did this like 4 years ago in a video. And they sent me one in PR recently and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to use this. It really applied the foundation so beautifully, you guys. And what I like is it doesn't soak up the product, which is nice. You can kind of keep it clean and you don't have to wet that one, which is nice. I'm a sponge girl too. I'm an all applicator kind of girl. Like it just depends on my mood, but I really do like the Stands Out Beauty approach. And I really like the way it applied that foundation. Very pretty. I ended up going in with my BK Beauty 101 just to kind of press things in a little bit more, especially since I have some blemishes there that I had to cover up. And then I went in with my Hourglass concealer in Cotton. You guys know that's just my holy grail concealer. Just did it in a short and it's just unbelievably beautiful. And I am going in with my Dose of Colors sponge to apply that. I just find that the sponge for me is the best applicator for my Hourglass concealer. After applying the concealer, I went in with my Surratt Perfectionist palette in shade 2 and I started doing the eyeshadow base. I like to do this before I set my face because I like to use some of the setting powders to set that down a little bit. And you guys know this Perfectionist palette is just my favorite thing in the world. And I love when I have a little bit darker circles, I can kind of go in with that and not use more concealer. That formula is insanely good. I'll cover up any blemishes with that. There's nothing in there that will aggravate sensitive skin, which I appreciate. And I like to do that so that when I set that area, it's all ready to go for my eyeshadow look. And then I went in with my One Size powder and I am just going to set that under eye area. As I already stated, this is just the best powder to set your concealer. Oh my gosh, it gives me that little bit of extra coverage and security. It holds it in all day long. It airbrushes it. It just is such an incredible powder. So incredible. I love my Chantecaille, but I love those two the most for the under eye area, but just the One Size is pretty darn amazing. And then I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder in medium just to set the rest of the face. And then I went in with my brow pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and that is in the shade Taupe. And I did pick up one of those as well. I forgot to mention that because I was completely out of it. And this is my favorite micro pencil. It just, for me, that's the one I've been using for years and I always go back to it, you guys. And it just really applies the brow products so effortlessly and so naturally. That's why I like that one so much. And it's like the perfect taupe. It's not too ashy and it's not too warm. So I really love this shade. And I'm just kind of going back and forth and creating like a powder-like effect so that I can get it as natural looking as possible. And I always use the spoolie because I want to just comb that product through, and that's going to keep it very, very natural. And make sure to hold that pencil far back. And then I went in with my Valentino pen, and this is shade Taupe as well. And I just like to create those hair-like strokes in the front because I have no hair there. So I just kind of fake it till you make it. And that's one of my favorite pens. That one and the NYX one are the two I use the most, but that's the one I get at Sephora. And what's great about that one, it is a trio. So you get the pencil and the spoolie as well with that product. So although you're paying $40, you're getting a lot out of that. And I went in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel in Blonde. You guys know that's my favorite brow gel ever. And I love that shade of blonde. It's just perfect for me lightening my brows a little bit with my platinum blonde hair. It's just the perfect blonde. Like nobody has recreated that like Anastasia. It's just amazing. And then I went in with my Armani Neo Nude 21. You guys know I cannot live without this color bomb, and it is just how I start every single eyeshadow look now. And I just know it's gonna give me the most flawless eyeshadow application, and it kind of ties in that nose contour since I do use that product on my nose. I feel like it makes everything look cohesive, and that Sephora 57 brush. Let me know if any of you guys picked it up. I love this brush so much. And I love how quick and easy it is to apply it with that product. And you can do that with any type of cream contour you have. You don't have to have that Armani one, just so you guys know that. I did forget to mention my Patrick Ta nose contour brush in the Sephora recommendations video. So I know we have like, less than 24 hours left of the sale. Not too late to order. This is my ultimate nose contour brush. You guys know that. I try other brushes, but I just don't love it as much as my Patrital one. All right, you guys, so I am gonna apply some bronzer because all I have on is my Surratt contour, and I talked about this in the recommendations video. This is the Makeup Forever, and these are their new Artist Longwear bronzers. These are true matte bronzers. There's no like radiance or gleam to them, so I do, since I have that little bit of a breakout there, I don't want too much radiance there, so I'm gonna go in with a matte bronzer. I like this one better than the Charlotte Tilbury one. I think it has more pigment, and this is called Wild Sand, I want to say. I'll put the name right there. But I just love this formula. It's foolproof. It's so easy to go on. I bought the darker shade, but I really like this shade. For some reason, this undertone just is perfect for me. I like those neutral, almost leaning more golden type undertones with my bronzers. Even red undertones I like too on myself, but really pretty. I love this bronzer so much. And it does come in a compact, I'll show you guys, but I always put it in my Z palette. These are my Victoria Beckham bronzer bricks. These are also true mattes, so I'll combine those sometimes as well. Like, oh, so pretty. I think this is shade 4 from the Victoria Beckham. I'm gonna have to switch that out to the 3 because we are getting into the winter time. But I did want to show you guys that because I talked about it and I thought, you know what, I'm applying a lot of these products I talked about in the last video. And remember, you can always go back to that video and refer, or just go to that. You can just scan that QR code right there and that will take you to the link of the page where all of my Sephora recommendations, and I told you guys I kept updating that because I put in some more hair products that I completely forgot about. Actually, the video was already an hour long, so I didn't want to make it too long, but some of those products like Davines Purple Shampoo, oh my gosh, you guys, I use that so much. I love the purple shampoo and conditioner from it's Heart of Glass, I want to say. They used to sell it at Nordstrom only and not Sephora. Now Sephora has it, so it's a good time to pick it up if you're a blonde and you want to keep that toning. All right, let's dive into this warm one. I know Regina says she likes her warm looks, so we'll give Regina some love. Plus, I love to give our little Glamfam sister Regina some love anyway. She's going through a tough time right now, so show her some love in the comments. We know we're a beautiful Glamfam community that support each other. So the one thing about this palette is that you do have two golds that are very similar. One is a little bit, I guess, yeah, they're a little bit more rusty, or this one's has a little bit more rusty gold, antique gold, where that one's a little bit brighter gold. I'll let you guys take a look at those swatches one more time. Obviously, I already did my Armani, so now I'm gonna go in with just my contour powder, and you could do this with a bronzer or actually, let's do it with a bronzer. I changed my mind because the bronzer will, let's just do the Makeup Forever one, has a little bit more warmth in it. All right, let me get this Wayne Goss brush. This is just an old one, doesn't matter, just any brush will work. And we're just gonna pop that into the crease and just kind of go over that Armani color that we already did. And this is just a more sheer, washed out crease look. And again, you have a bronzer at home or a contour powder, you can do it with either one. That's a very neutral shade, so I can bring it in through there to match up with my more neutral, leaning cooler eyeshadow contour product I use. All right, perfect. Okay, let's go into this next shade, and we're gonna bring that below that contour that we just did on the eye, and that is the second shade in the palette and the lightest matte shade in the palette. I am gonna use my rougher number 15 brush. I'm gonna concentrate that right there, like deeper into the crease. This brush is not too big, but not too small either, because we just want it to be, wow, that's super big. That was way more pigmented than I imagined. I haven't tested these shades out yet. Wow, that's really pigmented. So all I have on is that Surratt base, like I showed you guys earlier. That's all I've been using lately. I love my Gerard one and I love my Rare Beauty one. Those are my 3 favorite eyeshadow bases. But the Surratt one is just easy, it's quick. I already use it to conceal areas and cover up dark circles. So I you know, it's just easy just to throw it on there. That is super pigmented, you guys. Wow. So these are not going to be the most extraordinary formulas. I mean, we're not talking Huda Beauty, Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, right? Viseart. We're not talking that kind of quality. It's not made in Italy. It's made in Taiwan. But you're paying $18 per palette, and then on sale even less than that. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And if you're not a big eyeshadow person, you're like, I just want it for special occasions. Picking up something like this is a great gift idea for yourself or for somebody, or for young girls too, especially because they have really smooth eyes. Like this would be the perfect gift for a young girl, like a teenage girl, someone in high school. This would be perfect because you're getting 3 gorgeous palettes, gorgeous packaging, and you know, decent quality. I mean, it's still going on nicely. It's pigmented, it's blending out. What impressed me were the metallics in this more than the mattes. But the mattes are still decent. They're not bad. All right, I'm just gonna go back to that Wayne Goss brush that we were using. It's just really, really fluffy and soft. This is not around anymore, sorry you guys, but any brush works. Just that same one. I didn't put any bronzer or anything on it. There's no X, just whatever was left over from earlier. And we did the bronzer, so pretty. I mean, it's still easy and nice. I'm impressed. Okay, let's go in with that little bit darker of the brown, like the 4th one in the palette. And I am going to take that one on my rougher number 13 brush, just because it's smaller and a little bit denser. I'm impressed. A little bit patchy on that shade. I'm actually really impressed with this. Not bad. For that price point too. If you want to indulge in some beautiful packaging and a, you know, 3 different color tones for the holidays, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Again, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, not the best quality. I thought it was gonna be a little bit better, actually, to be quite honest with you. I thought the quality was gonna be a little bit better. I'm gonna go in now with, going back to the rougher number 15 brush, going back into that first brown we used and just going above that, softening out those edges. I think the lighter mattes perform better than the darker mattes. And I found that when I was swatching them too. So just an FYI. Now let's go in with that red tone shade, and we're gonna transition the dark into the light. That's gonna be kind of like that mid transition area. And we're gonna use a BK Beauty A504 for that. Again, just taking that one. I don't want the brush to be too big because we're just transitioning that darker shade into the lighter shade. This is almost pulling off a little on the purplish undertone side, that darker one at least. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that shade. Oh, that one's a lot creamier. Okay, that's a better shade. A lot creamier. Never go by swatches though, I always tell you guys that. Viseart never swatches good, and yet it's one of the best formulas on the market. All right, going back to that first transition shade, or upper lighter shade, just going above that again. It's always just a game of repeat, 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 repeat. But I like that everything's cohesive in this palette. They gave us a lighter transition shade. You can use that as transition shade and not do the bronzer. You have your darker shade to use as a liner or as, you know, putting depth into that outer V area, yet you have that middle red tone shade, and that's really brought in that warmth. That's really beautiful though. It's coming together really nicely. I'm gonna go back to that brush that we were using, and I am actually gonna take my Hourglass Volume 3 palette. And you guys know I just love this palette so much. And I'm gonna go into this first shade because it's warmer. And this is just gonna smooth out any edges that we have right there. I do this after every single look. And then I'm gonna wipe off my brush because I don't wanna get stuff into this palette since I do use it on my face. I'm gonna go back into this shade again. And I'm just, ambient powders are meant to diffuse, right? To have those lighting effects in their powders. So what they do is they smooth out your eyeshadow too. So I think that's why I use it as my final after I do my blush and everything. I always go in with this. You guys know that. If you're new to my channel, I do that, but that really helps out. So I'm going to take my Sigma E40 and start blending things out. This is so soft and airy that it's not pulling away any product. We're just diffusing out those darker areas. All right, I am going to take my Rose & Ben E26. As always, we're going to go into that darker shade now. And we're going to do a little bit of a lifting effect. I don't want to say a wing because I don't do a wing, but like a lifting effect. Right there. Just like that. Just a little smidge. And I only do this now because as I get older, my eyes are feeling like they're starting to go down, and that's just gonna give me a little bit of a lift. That's the only reason why I do that. Just like that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, let's go into these metallics. All right, we're gonna see how they perform on their own. I'm gonna take that first shade, beautiful like white metallic toned, and we're gonna use my Rose & Ben brush, and this is like her inner corner brush. This is the E27, and we're gonna take that shade into the inner corner area. This one allows you to place that in very nicely. Lower lash line. And take that one like right there so we can start the brightening effect. That's gonna brighten up your, see how much that just made my eyes like way more awake? I'm gonna take that one into here as well and concentrate the golds in the middle. This brush is really nice because you can press and then place too. And then I'm gonna take that brush we were using and I'm just gonna kind of, that Sigma brush, and just kind of blend that out a little bit. Sometimes you could just take your fingers too and press that. See how that just, sometimes inner corners are even good with just your fingers. And that's when you're gonna get that really nice natural effect. I'm gonna take this creamy, beautiful vanilla shade and I'm going to put that on the brow bone. And I'm gonna use my Sigma E20 brush. And this brush is available on my YouTube affiliate links, the Sigma brushes. So I will put that right there, that little box you can click there to purchase any of these brushes that you want to purchase, the BK Beauty ones as well. Just like that. Or they're always in the description box too, if you want to. Depends, whatever you guys want, whatever is easier for you. Just so you guys know that the YouTube links right there do really help my videos out right now with YouTube, because they're running bonuses and stuff like that. So like the more sales you get. So if you decide to purchase anything using those links, really does help me out as well. So thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate that. Beautiful. So that, see, I think the lighter mattes are really, really nice. Really nice. And you can do no metallics on this look and use that shade right there just on the eyelid and keep it all matte too. That's really pretty. This is actually impressing me more than I thought it was going to. All right, let's try doing this with my finger first and then we'll go in with a brush. How do we want to do this, guys? Let's take the darkest metallic, that last one in the palette with, actually let's do this one on a brush just because I want to, and I want it to be a fluffier brush. I don't want it to be too dense of a brush because I want to transition the dark shades into the gold metallics. And in order to do that, I need a fluffier brush. So I'm going to take this What's Up Beauty R110. It's a little dirty. I needed to wash my brushes. And then I'm going to take that that shade, and I'm going to, it's like a satin. This one's not really a metallic. This is more of a satin shade. And I'm gonna press that one right there. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I like that. I like it, I like it. You can use this as your Thanksgiving look. Treat yourself to a 3 palettes for less than $18 each and have a Thanksgiving look. a pink look for whatever, maybe New Year's, and then you can use the other one for like a Christmas smoky eye, New Year's Eve, whatever you want to do. Anyway, just giving you guys ideas. I'm gonna go back into that reddish shade, and I'm going to place that one right here, just to kind of tie in that metallic. Just right there. And pop that more into the crease area. Don't worry, we're gonna put the golds there. All right, let's start off with the antique gold color, that second one in the second row. And I'm just gonna take that, look at that intensity. That's what impressed me. So I saw this palette, ooh, that's pretty. I saw this palette when I was just shopping at Ulta. Actually, I didn't even know they had it at Sephora. When I was shopping at Ulta, and I thought it was just an Ulta exclusive. That's why I didn't include it in my original Sephora video. And I was like, I kept saying I want to buy that, but I didn't have a coupon, and I like to buy this kind of stuff on sale just because I know they're not ones I'm going to reach for all the time. And I'm just going to do for more video purposes. And I mean, who knows? That's really pretty. Some of these shades actually I really like that I don't have, so I will be utilizing it. But anyway, I just wanted it on sale. I always like a good deal. Same shade, you guys. And when I kept eyeballing it every time I go to the gym. The Ulta is right next to my gym. I'd go and look at it and I'd swatch it and go, oh, I really want that. For like the last month or so that they had this, when they first, I mean, literally I was there the day they put it out, when they launched it. I just kept having my eye on it, and I was like, you know what? Let me keep thinking about it. And then when I was like, okay, you know what? Sephora sale, let's just get it and do a look for the video. And I'm glad I did. It's really pretty. All right, now we're gonna go in with the lightest one, again on my finger, because I just wanna see where we're going with this. And I'm just kind of playing right now. Ooh, that's pretty too. I'm leaving that blank for a reason. Trust the process, because I'm gonna go back in with that lighter shade. Actually, I'm gonna mix the gold and the light. And I'm just taking that one there. Getting most of the pigment in with my fingers, and then I'll go in with the brush next. There's fallout on those, just so you guys know. Let me get my brush. And this brush I always use to clean up fallout is from Sephora, but unfortunately this is one of their older brushes, so they don't have that one anymore. But it just dusts right off. Any type of airy brush is good for that. All right, now let's take, I think I'm gonna have to go in with a really small brush. So I'm gonna take this like Morphe lip brush, just a cheap brush, and I am actually gonna mix. I'm gonna go into the light one first, because I don't wanna mess up the light one. And I'm mixing those two, and then I'm gonna take that further into here. Yeah, that's perfect. By mixing it, it allowed me the gold not to be too deep, and it transitioned it into that lighter shade that we did right there, right? So that's why, it's the only reason why I did that. All right, I'm gonna wipe off the brush because I don't, again, wanna mess up the white. I'm gonna stay to the corners so that if I wanna use that middle shade as a inner corner shade, I have that still nice and pretty. Yeah, that's perfect. Whenever you want to transition stuff at the end, the best, even with mattes, like later on I'm gonna start mixing these mattes together. That's how you transition things together to make it look more cohesive. And it's stuff I usually do off camera when I'm cleaning up and putting my lashes on, but I'm like, you know what, I need to tell the Glamfam what I'm doing because that helps out. All right, now I'm gonna take my Rose and Ben, I wanna say C30, and I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna mix again this gold and that gold together. And I'm going to put that down. I love this brush. Same mixture for metallics. I need to clean it though. I need to clean my brushes again. Who hates cleaning their brushes? Oh my gosh, it's just a nightmare for me. All right, let's start bringing in a little bit more of that satin shade. And I'm actually gonna take it on the BK Beauty A504, that last shade in the palette, and we're just gonna kind of bring that there. Yeah, this one's not like a metallic. This is more of a satin, which is nice because it's allowing me to transition the metallics into the mattes. Now I'm gonna wipe off that brush, same brush and I'm going to mix these two together now. And I am going to put that one through the crease again. Just start kind of darkening up that crease area. Just like that. I don't want the dark one there because I don't want it to be too dark. And then I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush. I'm going to take this Rose and Ben E29 and we're going to go into that lightest shade. And now we're just going to go over all of that. And that will just blend it all together now. So pretty. So pretty. I'm wondering if I even want to do it. I was thinking a halo maybe, but no, I like how it's kind of ombreing there. So I'm just gonna leave that. All right, now I'm going to take that same brush. I'm gonna go into that lightest shade, that lightest metallic, and I'm gonna kind of start to brighten up that area right there. Just like that. And then I'm going to blend the gold in a second. But just, I needed a little bit lighter there. Now I'm gonna go into just the gold shade. And I'm gonna just start to blend that into the light shade now. Going back into the Rose and Ben C30, same gold, light gold shade. Yeah, this brush is a little bit better at packing in that pigment. Impressive, you guys. Really pretty. I like that. Okay, let's get to that lower lash line. I am going to use a brown eyeliner. We're gonna use this Urban Decay 24/7 Whiskey eyeliner. And this eyeliner is so pretty for like warm brown looks. And I'm just going to pop that one in here. I'm gonna take that up a little bit there, just to kind of meet up, and then I'm gonna take the other darker color and put it over that. Smoking that out because I want it to be more glamorous. Really good formula, beautiful color. Whiskey is so pretty, so pretty. All right, now I am going to take my rougher number 23 and we're gonna go into that darkest shade and we're gonna set that down. I always set my eyeliners down, especially since this one is kind of creamy. I'm gonna first set that little area we did up there, and then I'm gonna go down here and set this. This is a creamy liner, so it's just better to set it down, and that will guarantee it to stay all day because these stay really nicely when you set them down. Really pretty. Now I'm gonna take the reddish shade and I'm gonna go underneath that same brush. I always start off most of the pigment on the outer area and then I bring in the remainder just so that it's not so heavy going into there. Now I'm going to take a fluffier brush. We're going to take my It's Up Beauty R101 and we're going to use that first transition shade. It's just a fluffier pointed brush and we're just going to pop that there right underneath and start smoking that out. Adding a little more depth on that outer V area, I'm going to mix the reddish color and the darkish color together. Rougher number 13 brush and just popping that on the outer V area, pressing in more than swiping. We're going to use that gold shade, the lightest one. I'm taking it more on the tip and I'm just going to go like right here in the center, and that's going to give me like a reverse halo right there. Just a little something something. I see Natasha Denona does this a lot in her looks and I was like, I like that look. With my finger I'm mixing that lightest metallic with the light gold metallic and it puts off this really beautiful soft gold, and I'm just gonna pat that on my lid. Look at how pretty that looks. I just added some nice light effects to my eyes. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, you guys, so I popped on my lashes and I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury Mini Blush and Glow Blush Palette, and I love this shade for the fall winter time, especially when I do warm eyeshadow looks. Part of my footage got destroyed, so this first half, I'm just gonna walk you through what I did, and this is shade Tan Deep. It's this gorgeous terracotta shade that just goes so beautifully with any type of warm look you guys do, and I absolutely love this formula. And I applied that with my Yummy blush brush from Danessa Myricks. It's actually just her Yummy 1.0 brush. And I like that head of the brush because it does have a little bit of density and it puts that pigment in there, but I did end up going in with my Surratt cheek brush and I just kind of blended that out because I didn't want too much pigment there. And then I went in with my Valentino, put a spike on it. I talked about this in the Sephora recommendations video, and I really love this as a highlighter shade. It's so pretty, it's brand new, the packaging is gorgeous. And I really like applying it with my Alexandra Anel Rougher AA01 brush because it has those mixed synthetic hairs. It really just picks up the product beautifully. And it just looked really pretty with this entire look. Although I didn't get this part on camera because of the footage, I did go in with my Too Faced lip injection in the shade Hot and Spicy. And I also went in with the Melt Perfectionist lip liner. Unfortunately, they don't have these at Sephora anymore, but this is the shade Cinnamon. And I also went in with my Milani matte lipstick in the shade Tease. I love that as a lip base combo for like more warm looks when I want a little bit more depth to the lips, especially for like holiday Thanksgiving dinners and stuff like that. And then I topped it off with my two lip glosses I like to use with this combination. And the first one is from City Lips, and that is the shade Nude York. Oh, it's so beautiful for the fall time. And then as always, I always top off every lip gloss look with my Honey Kiss from Anastasia Beverly Hills. As I already mentioned in the Sephora recommendations video, you guys know those are just my holy grails right there, and everything I have on will be in the description box below where you can just shop everything in this video. And then I topped it off with my Hourglass Ambient Volume 3 palette. You guys know, as I already mentioned when I was doing the eyeshadow look, I can't finish any look without this palette, and it just really blends the blushes, highlighters, and bronzers together. I just really love how that Hourglass Ambient powder just melts everything together, meshes the blushes and bronzers and highlighters, and just finishes off the look so beautifully. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know what you guys picked up. I'd love to hear that in the comments. Again, I went really light because I didn't want that stress. It's like when you get to the grocery store and you're packing up your basket and you get to the either self-checkout or if you go to a checkout line, you're like, okay, I probably don't need that. I probably don't need that. And that's pretty much what I did with my Sephora basket. Again, I didn't need anything. I wanted a lot of stuff, and the stuff that I did need, I picked up. So I hope you guys enjoyed that short little haul. I know it's not anything extravagant. I'm sorry, I don't have loads of money right now to go do some extravagant shopping spree just to show you guys on camera. So that's real life. That's where we're at. I hope you guys appreciated the fact that I tried some of these products that, you know, I talked about in the video and showed you guys on camera what it was like, and then this eyeshadow look. So thank you again. If you're new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell. Join our beautiful Glam Fam. We're here every Sunday, and we just love for you to become part of our family. If you did like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up when you guys hit the like button and say hello. It really does help my videos out. You can follow me on the weekdays on Shorts, and I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. So I will have my blog QR code right there if you want to check out my blogs and my skincare routine, all that good stuff, Amazon favorites. And then I will put that QR code where you can shop this entire video. I'm trying to be better about letting you guys know about my jewelry and top and all that, because I get asked those questions in the comments sometimes, and I was like, I just need to let them know. So anyway, that's all available to you guys. Be sure to check out that video next, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.
I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday I know I'll finally make it. I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep our faith. Sometimes I'm like a whisper